Welcome back. Just a couple things. Number one, have you seen a lot of rust coming off the couple of week layoff? And then number two, have you guys gotten to the point where you're rescheduling some of the games that you missed?
Yes, I have seen some rust, but that's expected. Um, but our guys will continue to work each and every day to improve, and we trust as a staff that come Sunday we'll be ready to play. Um, I don't know what it's going to look like, but from start to finish, we're going to give our best effort. As far as the scheduling goes, as I've been told, that it's in the works. And I'm not sure as far as what the schedule is going to look like. All I know is, and I'm taking one game at a time, and that's focusing on Wisconsin this Sunday.
Next up for you, Coach, is James Hawkins from the Detroit News.
Hey, Juwan, two questions for you. First off, just I guess what went through your mind and what was your initial reaction when you first found out that the team would be shut down for 2 weeks?
My first word in my head was why, and then when the information was shared to me and to the players that we will have a shutdown and why we were given the why. Yeah, I was disappointed. We all were, but we understood the big picture. You know, health and safety, like I've always said to you guys, is always number one. And you know, yeah, at times you kind of question it, but you have to respect leadership that's in place. And we understood that the decisions that was made, it was for keeping us all, you know, safe from this virus that's sort of winning at the times. But you know, now that we took the pause, and fortunate enough, our guys, no one tested positive. We tested negative, thankfully. Now we can resume back to regular scheduled program. That's playing basketball.
And then second question, I guess, what do you feel like was the toughest part about navigating this 2 week pause?
The toughest part, I would say, not being able to touch a basketball, not being able to see my players, to hug them, to have some laughs, and be able to smell the sweat and feel the sweat that sometimes when we all embrace each other, that was the toughest part. But it was beautiful this past Sunday when we first had an opportunity to get back and have a workout. That it was like I can remember like having my first day of school. You have a pause throughout the summer, and you're looking forward to seeing some of your old friends and new classmates, and you're excited about putting on your fresh new clothes and your fresh pair of sneakers. And that's how I compared our first day of practice. We all was excited like it was the first day of school.
Next up for you, Coach, is Teddy Gutkin from the Michigan Daily. Teddy? Okay, we'll come back to Teddy. Next up, Orion Singh from the Free Press.
Hey, Juwan, thanks for doing this. When you guys did get back to practice, you know, what did it look like? What were some of your first impressions of your team?
Well, there was some turnovers being made, which, you know, that was some excessive fouling. That was some wobbly legs. All that is expected when you haven't been able to work out and play any basketball, and you've been sitting in your apartments, studying, having Zoom calls with your professors and with the tutors, and you haven't been able to get in the gym. And you know, when you have a layoff like that, you're going to have some rust. You're also going to be winded. But you know, slowly we're getting back to, you know, each and every day trying to get that 1% better. And I see it. I see light at the end of the tunnel. It's getting there.
And then to follow up, do you have maybe an estimate of when you think your team will be back normal, back to where it was before in terms of the conditioning and getting rid of that rust?
No, I don't. Do not. I can't answer that question for you.
Coach, we're going to go back to Teddy Gutkin from the Michigan Daily. I think. Okay, we'll move on to Brendan Quinn from The Athletic.
Hey, Juwan. Two for you. In order for you guys to get to 20 league games, you'd have to play 11 games in 22 days. Taking out the challenges of the logistics to even make that happen, would you be comfortable asking your guys to play 11 games in 22 days?
That would be very challenging. It would be challenging on a lot of levels. Let's start with school. We miss a ton of classes. Let's also look at the mental health standpoint. I would have to communicate with, which I'm an open book, and this is our guys' team and their schedule, and also their college experience, where they want to play 11 games in 22 days. And then, from a health standpoint, I'm not sure if it would be smart because of the long layoff and rushing and playing that many games in a short amount of time doesn't give, the human body time to recover, which at the end of the day, we're not machines, we are humans. And that's not the type of pressure that I want to put on my student athletes.